I think I may have been out of focus for all of that, so I apologise, but if you didn't see it, there's the lake. It's incredible. Incredible. What have we been doing today, Miles?
Singing.
Singing.
And playing.
Who have we been singing for?
Macmillan at the York Racecourse.
York races today.
Well, Macmillan are a cancer charity and they raise lots of money. So Macmillan are the support systems for people who have been diagnosed with cancer. And my nana had a very nice Macmillan nurse before she passed away. So I think we have a lot of respect.
The staff are so lovely. Always so lovely.
Hiding out.
I'll just swing it around, give me a bit of string. I'll snip it if I need to. They're raising a lot of money. When we arrived today, did you hear about that? They've raised £71,000 already before we'd started. They'll have raised a couple of £100,000 today for a great cause. So yeah, today at York Races has been really fun. We're going to Wales today, out of all places. Really random. We've got a wedding. Actually, I tell a lie. We're going to Manchester first. We've got a gig in Manchester. And then we've got to drive all the way to Wales, gig there in a little barn, which would be really nice actually, it'd be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just packing our lunch right now. We're super prepared yesterday. Went out and bought lunch like way early. Excuse me! Gig 1 about to commence. Incredibly busy today. Beautiful weather, guys. Sorry, the sound's just like really crap. I tried. So we made it. Our trip was incredible. The last few miles were like, whoo, where's my house? So we're, let me see if I can show you guys where we're playing. So, I don't know if you guys can see where those tents are there. There's like a little hut just up from there, like a barn, and we're playing in that barn. I wish we were able to come down here earlier and just spend the day here, because it's like a proper beach. Like there's people sat there chilling on the beach, there's dogs and that in the water, but yeah, guys, this is amazing. What do you think, Miles?
That's my answer.
So I thought I'd take this opportunity whilst Marley's retraining herself to skim stones to speak to you guys about expenses. So one of the questions I get from mainly younger musicians is, what do you do with expenses for gigs? Like, how do you afford to gig all the time with all the fuel that you use and all this and all that? And it's quite a simple answer. We always charge for expenses. It's like the minimum thing we do, whether it's weddings or whether or not it's original gigs down in London. Like the minimum we'll get is expenses. So for example, if we go down to London with Marley, we will charge expenses, which is about £180 there and back to go down to London and back. Now we worked that out on like a basis of 45p a mile. 45p a mile. Fuel is probably about 17 to 20p a mile, but then when you work out tyres wearing down, oil, just general depreciation of the vehicle, it works out about 45p a mile. That's what the tax man recommends it. So when we come to places like this, then of course we charge on top of what our normal fee is for the miles that it takes. That's how we work it out, and that literally just covers the costs. But never be afraid to add those costs, because
I am very bad at skimming stones.
if you don't add those costs, you're like in negative before you've even started doing the gig, and then you've got no chance of making it work as a career because you're just not paying itself off. So then anything after that becomes like profit. It becomes like your wage for being a musician. So you can be proud of everything you earn after that 45p a mile. If you don't have a car, then work out what the expenses are going to be in terms of public transport, and then always add something like, if you're comfortable, like £20 on top of that. That will cover your costs if you need to take a taxi for whatever reason. If the train station's further away from the venue than you thought and you've got all your gear, you may need to get a taxi. So at least it covers the potential of that happening. Never push the boundaries of what you charge for expenses. Like, don't think that you can charge 50p a mile, because then when you suddenly get a gig that's really far away, that 50p a mile turns into a lot of money, and you'll end up losing work if you overcharge for your expenses. Food is another expense that a lot of people ask about. We always get food now for our gigs, but we never used to, partly because we were too afraid to ask for it, and partly because we just weren't that bothered. But we gig like 5 to 6 times a week now. That's a lot of food to buy, like to live day by day. Some people prepare their food, but unfortunately I don't have time to do that preparation of food, and if I do, I'd rather spend that time on like writing songs and stuff. So we always make sure we get fed at the gigs, and we actually very rarely get food for like the journey on the way to the gig. So like we had a gig today in Manchester, and obviously we've got this gig now. Now we had some food in the car on the way here, but that was kind of like our choice to get that, and we can't really justify saying to like the bride and groom tonight, oh, can we put this on expenses, because as far as they're concerned, we could have prepared food some time to eat for our lunch today. So just be like cautious what you put on it for the food expenses, but on the whole, definitely get at least one meal if it's a whole evening gig. Again though, just an extra little thing, if you don't need to arrive to a venue until like 7 o'clock, chances are you won't get food for the evening, because again, as far as the client is concerned, you could have eaten beforehand. 9 times out of 10 we have to arrive at like 6 o'clock, and that includes like an hour journey, so we wouldn't leave till 5 o'clock. We'd have to eat at like 4 o'clock for that to make sense, and then we've got to survive till like midnight, 1 o'clock. So we can quite easily justify that we'll need food. So they're the 2 main expenses, and I hope that was helpful. I hope that kind of made sense. The sun is just going down, and I think Marley wants me to skim stones with her. So I'm gonna have some so sick. It's literally like the ideal wedding. Everyone is just like clearly friends here. There's a table here full of cakes. Everybody's made cakes. Everyone's camping. It's literally like the most incredible scenes. Beautiful place. Wow, last night was simply probably the best wedding like we've ever done, like ever. I just want to say thank you so much to the bride and groom. You were lovely. You were like the coolest festival vibey people I've ever met. So yeah, I think ideal wedding was last night. So this ends this episode. A little bit of info for you, a little bit of just vibes of what I've been up to this week. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you again kind of next week. But today is the start of like next. This video is meant to be out today. I'm really sorry it was late. Car coming, bear with. So what I'm filming today is going to be in next week's vlog. Big hint, it involves the new bus. I say new bus, I've not got it yet, but we're looking. And all I have to say is remember, never stop creating. See you later.